Howdy folks, and welcome to episode 3 of Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour. We have got a wild night planned for you tonight. We've got music, chats and other fun tidbits. First up, I'll talk with multi-instrumentalist Loz Benson about Tamworth Bingo, hurdy-gurdy parties and the Fun Police. Later in the show I'll be speaking with Small Town Romance about making music in isolation, faux yodeling and the new Slim Dusty film. And we'll also get a sneak peek at my new film clip. Then tonight you're going to find that the end is not the end, because we've got the Friday Night Pirates going to swoop in and keep this party kicking. So charge your glasses, share this link around and let's get things started. Yeah. Tonight off with a song. This song I wrote about wishing I was out hanging out with my friends. 3 days and counting, I've racked up the good times with you. Back to back, drink for drink, ear to ear, it's not something new. Yeah, it's the end of December and I can barely remember past days when we'd stay out all night. And Tuesday is killing and I'm sitting here willing to get back to that old Friday night. Let's get back to running around the bars, playing guitar, sipping on jars and seeing it through. And if this was our job, then we'd kill it. We'd know what to do. We've been here before and we'll come round some more. I'll probably see you again here next week. We gotta keep up that drinking and that grinning and singing. Let's keep up this old winning streak. Alrighty, well, let's get things up. I think it's time that we go and have a chat to my old friend, Loz Benson. Loz Benson, welcome to Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you here, mate. Where are you calling to us from, Loz?
Calling to you from the suburb of Wesley, Sydney, Australia.
Sydney, Australia. That's wild. So does that mean you are not confined to your home for 23 hours a day?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I've been going out every now and then, so it's been good though. Like I think in Sydney, we're not in strict lockdown, so
yeah.
I have encompassed myself in my room though, so I am going a bit crazy with all my instruments, but you know,
that's good.
What's better to do?
Are you doing gigs? Are you able to do gigs at the moment?
Yeah, I've done a couple of gigs, but they're like 50-seat. And there's a person wearing a high-vis shirt that says COVID Marshal, and he goes around saying, you can't dance, you have to sit down. So it's pretty strict. But we're
effectively, lucky. We're talking Fun Police, right?
Fun Police. No dancing at all. And
wow.
Yeah, but still, I think I've done 3 gigs, but it's so weird. Like, just the social distancing thing, but
yeah.
This is a new way that we're doing things. So
Is it still good, or is it just too weird?
Do you know what? The plus side is that the ticketed shows, the people actually want to be there. So they've got a capacity,
Yeah.
the people buying tickets, they want to be there, they're attentive, they're paying to see the music, so you get paid a fee, and also the people there want to be there. So it's kind of cool. It's like, it's like a seated show, and they're giving you their full attention. So you know what? That's the silver lining that I'm choosing to look at. So
Yes, well, maybe that'll be on the horizon for us soon. We've got a couple more weeks before we find out if we're let out of the house or not, but we'll see.
what about you, Ben? What have you been doing at home?
Oh, well, you know, I've just been playing with my puppy and producing Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour.
Great. That's like literally the best outcome.
It's pretty damn good. Now, Loz, you're a multi-instrumentalist, I believe.
Try to be. No, it's not that I try to be. I find so much joy in all these different sounds, and I'm exploring. You know, last week I nearly bought a banjo, and I was looking at a harmonium today, but and actually I'm really excited because I'm getting a hurdy-gurdy. But my what I do actually have in my possession is this guy, which is one of the better purchases that I've made because it's just such
Now that's an auto harp.
Yes, sir, it is.
I love that. Now, for the listeners out there, for the watchers, for the viewers, what like auto harp? What does it do? How does it work? What kind of sound does it make?
What kind of things does this machine do? Well, the auto harp was originally used as a rhythm instrument. So just the way like a rhythm guitar would, you may have seen the Carters playing it. And you know, originally you can get auto harps that have 3 chords. This one has 21.
21? I didn't know there was 21 chords.
Neither did I, sir, but here you go. So look, for me, the auto harp is a fantastic songwriting tool for someone who doesn't play guitar or bass. I mean, I play piano, but you just press a chord, and you just press a button, and it plays the chord. So
oh yeah,
it's crazy because, you know, Janis Joplin used it, Dolly Parton used it, PJ Harvey, you know, the Loving Spoonful. It's actually an amazing instrument to just take with you on the road. I mean, like an acoustic guitar, except I'm cheating. Just pressing the button.
I love it. There's 21 chords. What's the weirdest chord that it plays?
Oh, you know, it's so funny. It's missing the F minor. It's got majors, sevenths, and minors. Let's see, the weirdest chord. How about like a B flat 7?
Ooh.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. But my favorite is G.
I'm a big fan of G as well. The people's key, I think of it as.
G. Yeah. And you know what? It's just a beautiful sound. So the actual tone I'm attracted to, because it's not like a mandolin or a banjo or a ukulele or guitar. It's got like an angelic quality to it.
It really does. So, Loz Benson, how many instruments do you actually play?
Well...
Have you counted?
No, I haven't. But the ones that I play well and regularly is the drums and the piano. And now
I don't need to know if you play them well or not. Can we do a count here on Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour? Can you just list every instrument that you play, regardless of how well you play it? And I want to count. Let's try.
Well,
what do we got?
Well, I mean, but some of these instruments are just easy to play. Okay, so we got the omnichord. We've got over there. We've got the auto harp.
Yeah.
We've got the guitar. We got the melodica. Is the kazoo an instrument that I can claim to play?
Hell yeah! Keep it going.
We got the jaw harp. And harmonica.
Yeah.
I can give a good crack at the piano over there.
There we go. We're at. Hang on. How many fingers am I holding out? That's 8 fingers.
And probably drums.
Probably drums as well.
And actually, actually, you know what? I've just my beautiful friend Anthony from the Wiggles. He's just lent me his electronic bagpipes, but I haven't learned to play them yet.
Should we call that 9.5 then? Get back to us when you've got your head around those electronic bagpipes.
Yeah, so there you go. And I do actually have a hurdy-gurdy on the way. I wasn't joking about that. I really want to learn how to use the hurdy-gurdy. But I don't know how that's going to fit into country music, so just
I reckon next time we're up at Tamworth, you should bring the hurdy-gurdy, and we should have a hurdy-gurdy party. I reckon that's...
A hurdy-gurdy party. I want to bring my guitar. You know, all I want to do is... My dream is to do a guitar solo on Sweet Home Alabama.
That's not too much to ask.
I don't think so. I think the good people of Tamworth may or may not actually. They may enjoy it.
Loz, I feel like you'll be able to walk into any number of venues with your guitar and just... they're probably already going to be playing it. I reckon the Imperial will definitely be playing it.
Oh, actually, that's a great question. What is one of the most played songs at Tamworth Country Music Festival?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Cover.
That is a good question.
Probably even like maybe Folsom Prison. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah.
Oh, you know what you should do at Tamworth? You should have like a bingo card. Like every gig you go, every cover gig you go, if you hear a song, you can tick it, and then you can have like cover song bingo, and then whoever wins, I don't know what you win, a prize, a cowboy hat. Anyway, that's...
Bingo has gone through a lot of changes, almost a renaissance period. It's come away from bingo balls and a smoky atmosphere to being an exciting, adrenaline, fun-packed place to go and meet people, make new friends. It's where you can escape from all your problems, all the stresses of the day. When the numbers are being called and you're marking off whether you're playing for £5 or the £1 million game we have coming up at the end of the year, it's all gone. Everything, your emotions are invested in marking off those numbers.
I love this. I love this. I think it's great. How many? It could be like a treasure hunt. It's like you got to go and find 10 Sweet Home Alabamas throughout the festival.
Yeah, like Patsy Cline, Johnny Cash. I don't know. That's just something silly.
Yeah. Are we talking about gamifying Tamworth Country Music Festival here?
Hell yes.
All right, now, Loz, you've got a whole bunch of projects, your own, and then you collaborate with loads of people as well. But one I'm particularly interested in at the moment is Loz Benson and the Outlaws, or is it just Benson and the Outlaws?
It's just Benson and the Outlaws, because I thought Benson was more of a masculine, badass outlaw name, so...
Now, my grandfather used to call me Benson, so I feel like I could almost take over your band, and I could be Benson of Benson and the Outlaws as well.
You could. You really could. Or like Ben and Benson, or like Benson. Interesting.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now, I've seen some footage of you, like, walking through some landscapes, looking like a total badass cowgirl. Your latest single, it's called Rise Up. Tell me about Rise Up.
Okay. Just a quick about the videos that I did shoot it in the Blue Mountains.
Amazing.
At Mount Hay, I think. It looks incredible. But when I finished touring with John Butler a couple of years ago, I wanted to start this band, and I went into the studio with Michael Carpenter, and he was like, Loz, just do 2 singles. And I was like, look, I have this really crazy idea that I want to put a guitar solo in it. And he was like, just do it. Just do it. So I did it. But the song itself, Rise Up, is just about that, just rising up,
is this a personal rise up? Is this a social, political? What kind of rising up?
I think it's a personal rise up and a response to, I had a hard time touring and a hard time with, kind of bullying, and I think it's like a personal rise up. No one's gonna step on you, and I also make reference in the song to kind of a witch carrying a cross and being burned at the stake, and it's it's just it's just a bit of fun. And again, I was listening to lots of blues at the time, so I wanted to have like a kind of gospel-y feel as well. So, you know,
Wow.
I just hope people feel empowered, and also just life is short. Put a guitar solo in a song, you know, hashtag
Hell yeah.
screw it, just do it. Whether it's musical or not is questionable, but the guitar may not appear for a while, so, you know.
Oh, come on now. Come on.
But, you know, you got to try these things. That's,
Yeah, 100%. Hey, Loz, speaking of trying things, I would love to play a song with you right now. What do you think?
Well, how about that? I would love that, yes. I would gladly take your hand and sing a beautiful duet with you, Ben.
Let's do it. Let's head to the stage and sing a little number.
Alrighty.
Hey, Louisiana woman,
Mississippi man,
we get together every time we can, and the Mississippi River can't keep us apart. There's too much love in this Mississippi heart.
too much love in this Louisiana heart.
See the alligators all waiting nearby. Sooner or later, you know I'm gonna try. What you waste from the bank, don't you know I know it's goodbye fishing line. See you a while ago. With a Louisiana woman waiting on the other side. The Mississippi River don't look so wide. Hey, Louisiana woman,
Mississippi man,
we get together every time we can, and the Mississippi River can't keep us apart. There's too much love in this Mississippi heart.
too much love in this Louisiana heart. Well, I thought I'd be in love, but I never had till I was wrapped in the arms of a Mississippi man. When he holds me close, it feels almost like another hurricane just to rip the coast. If he can't come to me, I'm gonna go to him. That Mississippi River, Lord, I'm gonna swim.
Hey, Louisiana woman,
Mississippi man,
we get together every time we can, and the Mississippi River can't keep us apart. There's too much love in this Mississippi heart.
too much love in this Louisiana heart.
Well, the Mississippi River, Lord, it's 1 mile wide, and I'm gonna get me to the other side.
Mississippi man, I'm losing my mind. Gotta have your love and one more time.
I'm gonna jump in the river, and here I go. Too bad, alligator, you swim too slow. Hey, Louisiana woman,
Mississippi man,
we get together every time we can, and the Mississippi River can't keep us apart. There's too much love in this Mississippi heart.
too much love in this Louisiana heart.
There's too much love in this Mississippi heart.
Too much love in this Louisiana heart.
There's too much love in this Mississippi heart.
Too much love in this Louisiana heart.
There's too much love in this Mississippi heart.
Too much love in this Louisiana heart.
Lux, rhinestones, Lux country, sparkle, shine, wow. Lux country, rhinestones, wow. Dazzle, wow. Sparkle, shine, wow. Lux country.
7 and 4, 74. 50, 50. 10. Number 10. We have a claim on number 10.
Tell all the hunters to lay down their guns. Tell him that the tiger needs a little bit of love. Let him run in the jungle, let him roam the lands, and stand back and marvel, what a beautiful cat. 'Cause I saw a tiger, now I understand. I saw a tiger, and the tiger saw a man. I can give him a home, safe and warm. The Lord wants to ban me. Can you tell me who's wrong? Every time they move, every time they breathe, I can feel their power, I can feel their heat. 'Cause I saw a tiger, now I understand. I saw a tiger, and the tiger saw a man. Well, I saw a tiger, now I understand. Ooh, I saw a tiger, and a tiger saw a man. Time is a ticking, will soon be gone. So you better take a picture. What a sad, sad song. Call it Armageddon. Such a painful loss when they kill all the tigers in the Holocaust. 'Cause I saw a tiger, now I understand. I saw a tiger, and the tiger saw a man. I saw a tiger, and the tiger saw a man. I saw a tiger, now I understand. I saw a tiger, and the tiger saw a man. I saw a tiger, now I understand. I saw a tiger, now I understand. I saw a tiger, now I understand. I saw a tiger, and the tiger saw a man.
G'day, I'm Loz Benson, and you're on Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour.
Hello, this is Emily Zoe Baker, poet and life coach. As someone who works from home, I wanted to share my quarantine routine. I hope it might help others to build structure into the day so we can all come through lockdown with a sense of achievement and well-being. 4 a.m. I wake up and look at my phone, read Twitter. Panic, panic, try to fall back asleep again. Think about Valium for half an hour, try a meditation app, whoa, take the Valium. Listen to news podcasts, fall asleep and wake up sweating. 11 a.m. Whoops, you missed that Zoom meeting. Panic, drink a cup of coffee. 11:30, I like to take a shower while watching YouTube videos with my phone balanced on the toilet. 12 p.m. Drink more coffee while looking at my phone. Maybe clean my phone. We don't want to let ourselves go. 12:30. It's good to have something healthy to ground you so you can get all your tasks done. So here's where I go, stand in the pantry and blankly look at my canned goods, filled with an overwhelming sense of dread. 12:35, I like to eat some dry crackers while looking at my phone. I ponder why they're called water crackers. Google that, watch some TikToks, hate like some Facebook posts. 1 p.m. It's time to send some work emails. Ha! Just kidding. Open your laptop on the couch and try to get Netflix to stop automatically starting previews while you're browsing. Browse for about an hour, but don't actually watch anything. 2 p.m. It's great to put in at least an hour of exercise a day. It keeps your mind and body centered and calm. And by exercise, I mean lie down contemplating the fact that we're all just cells that have complexified into this ridiculous human form, living in a construct that is molded by spiritually dead male egos, whose unabashed use of executive power to mold and manipulate current and past events makes it feel like you're breathing through a shit snorkel. And even though the cathedral of consumerism is crumbling down around you, it's not going to be enough to save this planet, because according to the climate scientists, the corporate polluter has already done so much damage, the individual choices we make are basically as effective as trying to stop an explosion with a bucket of water. And even though this pandemic has taught us we live in a society and not an economy, you know those fucking baby boomers are going to vote Scott Morrison in again. 4 p.m. Or maybe 5. I don't give a fuck. It's probably time for some wine. What? It's an antioxidant. 8 p.m. It's the golden age of television. Start the latest lavish HBO series, but get distracted by messages on your phone. Wait, is that the woman, the sister, or the little girl that died at the beginning? Or is she the little girl growing up after the war? I don't care. 12 a.m. Usually here I feel my soul slowly drifting out of my body. It's 'cause I'm hungry. I forgot to eat, didn't I, drunkie? It's not my consciousness drifting away like one of those black balloons. So at about 12:30 a.m. I like to binge eat some cheese. Cheese is a good idea before bed. 1 a.m. Bedtime. Lights out. Time to stare at your phone in the dark. Then rinse and repeat. With that routine, your physical and mental health should be in tippy-top shape. Namaste the fuck home.
Here we go. Woo, woo, ha, ha. Coming up next on Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour, I'm going to chat to my old friend Jim and Flora from Small Town Romance. I want to find out what you guys have been up to in isolation. What's been going down?
A lot of eating, a lot of just general indulging, just sort of removing all kind of personal accountability, I'd say. Which I feel like first lockdown we did push it. We pushed it pretty hard, but we're trying to rein in our behaviours a little bit this lockdown.
Yeah.
But also trying to claw out time to make music and do the things that kind of ground us, I guess, and give us a little bit of spark o' joy.
Yeah, and with music, it's been the limitation of the being locked away is that we sort of just got back to basics with music, and there's no band shows on the horizon, so we thought, well, let's just get back to the basics of just the two of us singing, close harmony singing, and playing really stripped back songs, and that was a bit of a revelation for me, just kind of getting back to that and
practicing.
Practice. Who would have thought?
Well, I feel like with band shows and gigs, especially, when you're working and playing shows and got a kid and stuff, it's like you're just kind of pinballing from one thing to the other. So actually, in terms of actually sort of sitting down and practicing, it's like we really let the band do a lot of heavy lifting for a lot of time. Mm-hmm. And then it was really good to be like, okay, well, it's just us. Like, let's actually sort of focus on what we do and try to do it as well as we can. So we've been recording sort of like an EP. It's a bit of a sort of, it's not a huge departure from what we do with the band in terms of the sort of the foundation, the songwriting and the influences is still there, but it's a much more kind of stripped back, I guess a bit more kind of acoustic and folk than we do. Well, because we don't, unfortunately, have a 5-piece band in our house that we can record with. But so we're in the process of doing that. We just did it all live in our lounge room, and then we're sending it off to a few people to do a little bit of overdubbing on. But it's basically going to be a pretty live recording, which is a bit daunting. It's a bit just got to kind of.
Yeah. Like having that limitation, and we thought we just wanted to do live takes. Live vocal takes together, singing harmony, live guitar takes. Flora's becoming a shred lord, and
look out.
It's been a really kind of clarifying kind of exercise.
I got some 5-note solos in there, people. So just look out. Yeah.
Brilliant. So, are the tingles that this music you're creating, the tingles that you're getting from it, are they different from the tingles you're getting from when you're playing with your band? Like, have you unlocked some new magic?
Say there are a different variety of tingles, because I think of when you're playing, with a band, it's not just the band, it's the room, it's the audience, it's the dancing, it's the booze, it's a whole cosmos, and that's why we love this style of music. We love this, love honky tonk, love country music. It's not just about you as a performer and your experience, it's everybody's experience, and it's actually a collective experience. And by no means have we, turned our back on that, but at this point in time we can't access that, like it's not possible. So I guess instead of trying to kind of do that in a way, when we can't, we're like, well, actually, what can we do right now? Like, what can we do? We can sit and we can perform. And I guess I come from I've got a real background in kind of like folk and acoustic music, and did that for years. And there is something really, really special about that kind of performance, which that intimacy of just, some voices and acoustic instruments, and it's a different variety of tingle, but it's still a very tingly tingle.
I'm excited to get a bit of this tingle. I wanna feel the new tingle.
A little more earnest, but
but it's very sparse, and it kind of melts back the song to sort of the essential elements, which is a great thing to do, which you should do when you're writing a song anyway, I guess.
It is actually a really good test for a song as well, when you go, okay, well, when we strip back, you strip back all the bells and whistles, and you strip back having, other people bring their incredible musicianship to it. Like, does the song itself stand up? Is it good enough?
Yeah.
And also, we've both also had songs that we've had sort of sitting, in the other room that haven't, for whatever reason, worked in our band, and so we haven't recorded them with the band or played with the band, but they're still good songs. So it's been really nice to kind of dust those off and sort of breathe new life into them.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I love that. Now, while we're on the subject of songs, you've just put out a new single. Tell us about the new single.
So last week we released a single. It's called "I Don't Believe You," and it's going to be on the soundtrack for the upcoming documentary Slim and I, which Jim can talk to. And it's a co-write with Jim's nana, Joy McKean, who's an absolutely legendary songwriter and an incredible writer. And I think in the process of Jim interviewing her for the film, she mentioned that she was still doing some writing, and she had this song that she started writing shortly after Slim passed away, her late husband Slim Dusty. And so it's an incredibly, personal song for her, sort of reflecting on, I guess, sort of the continued legacy of an artist. But it's got this too. I think one of the things that I think makes it so sort of beautiful and effective is it's got this, it's about the legacy of the artist, but then it's also about her individual relationship, and also about her, as a woman who's had an incredible career, at the age of 90, kind of reflecting back on that and sort of looking at that. I guess in the process of Jim interviewing her for the film, she mentioned that she had this song that she just, had kind of hit a bit of a roadblock with and couldn't finish, and sort of passed it on to us. And at the time, Jim was working full-time on producing this documentary that's coming out really soon. And I was like at home with the baby, so I was like, I'll do it. I need something to sink my teeth into.
I think there was a really good match in terms of Flora's musical sensibility, I think, with Joy's writing. Because this particular song is written in a very sort of, it's a very nostalgic sort of older style. It's got a really old world feel to it, of like 40s and 50s sort of country music. And Flora kind of locked in with that and built around what was there. And I think they created something really beautiful. And, it was exciting to go and record it. And then when we did record it, we just thought it was appropriate to sort of make it a full-blown family affair and get my mum and Kirkpatrick to come and sing with us on the song. So yeah, it spans 3 generations of our family, which is, special.
And then Jim cut a film clip together for it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the film clip has come from the movie?
Well, I mean, yeah, when we were making the film, so the film Slim and I is a documentary about Slim Dusty and Joy McKean, my grandparents, and their life, travelling around Australia, collecting songs, writing songs, their musical career that lasted, their partnership was 51 years. And when we were making the film, we basically just went through their whole family archive, their collection of photos, ephemera, and Super 8 film as well. There was a lot of Super 8 from them travelling in the 60s when they were touring in all these remote places where people just hadn't toured country music before, or any sort of music really. So there's these great Super 8 films, and we used them within the doco, but then I've used some of the Super 8 that wasn't in the film for our music video, which I thought was a great way to sort of underpin the song, because it has a great nostalgic feeling, and the song really is sort of an exploration about memories, the nature of memory as well, I think, on a level. And so Super 8 just feels like memories when you're watching it. It's got that feel, so it felt right. It all sort of gels and works together. I think I'm really happy with it.
And I imagine some of these memories are tied in with your own memories. In fact, are you in any of this Super 8 footage as a wee lad?
Well, the Super 8's probably from the 60s, so that predates me a good 25 years. But certainly the whole process has been, on top of making a film, which is already kind of a bit of a roller coaster of emotion, the fact that it's been so close to home has been, it's been a pretty intense year, and it's on the verge of coming out. Yeah, it has been a while. It's been like 7 years in the making. The film's not coming out in Victoria, unfortunately, because of restrictions, but it's going to be out everywhere else in Australia in cinemas on September 10th.
And after the cinema release, shortly after that, there'll be a video on demand release, and then so there'll be plenty of opportunities to see it if you're not in a place where it's safe to go to the cinema right now.
So basically, the pitch is if you like kind of country music, it's an interesting. I mean, it's a wonderful story. It's a huge story that spans 50 years of Australian history and Australian music history. And if you're interested in sort of where Australian country music sort of started to go on its own journey and sort of split off from the American tradition of country music. I think it's it's going to interest you.
And also, if you like, really badass, talented, impressive women, like Joy's a powerhouse. Like,
Absolutely.
she's just
I mean,
amazing.
Slim and Joy were definitely trailblazers, and they set a precedent.
They were fearless, absolutely fearless.
Slim really was a keen songwriter, and he liked my songwriting.
There was a tendency to forget that those brilliant songs he was singing were written by the woman by his side.
It was like a painting of Australia, those songs.
She won the first golden guitar at Tamworth.
I thought, I've made it. I'm a Slim Dusty writer.
Mum was flat out because she was working every show, doing the ticket box at the front.
She took care of all the things that he didn't have to take care of. And the show ran like clockwork.
It was exhausting. But blokes went round and did what they did, and the girls made the cups of tea. I thought, boring.
It wasn't by accident that Slim became that guy.
107 albums, that's insane.
I filled the gap in his abilities, and he filled gaps in mine. We were just young people, fell in love, loved what we were doing, and I'll tell you what, it turned into a lifetime.
Joy's been on songs since the age of 14, and she won the first golden guitar ever presented for a song called Lights on the Hill. She's done it all, been there and back again. Like, she's an amazing inspiration, and I'm so proud to be able to get this out in the world, her story out.
Yeah, so co-writing with her wasn't like at all intimidating.
No. Wouldn't be at all.
She's so amazing. She was so trusting and kind to us. But there were notes. She definitely shared some notes.
The note that we got from her is when we were writing the end of the song, and she came back and she said, "It's not angry enough. It needs to be angrier. We need that sense of sort of anger at the end of the song," and that just kind of came out of the blue. But we kind of channeled that. I think we did justice to that note.
Yeah, and in the earlier version as well, we had like a little yodel break.
Excellent.
And Joy and her sister Heather, when they were teenagers, were in a yodeling duo called the McKean Sisters, and they're like Olympic athlete level yodel. Incredible yodel. And so we had this kind of yodel that was like, really kind of laid back, like, and she just was like, what is that? If you're gonna yodel, I don't classify it as yodel. I think she referred to it as a faux yodel. She was like, I don't want faux yodels in my songs. So we were like, fair enough.
All right. So, were you able to work up to a full-blown yodel?
Given in a different song context, I'd say so. We can
We've
yodel.
been practicing our yodel. We've been practicing.
Can we get a little sampler on Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour, or what? Just a little.
Flora's
Wake the toddler. Can't do it.
Babies.
I learned to yodel when I was about 14 or 15. When I found like a cassette tape in my dad's shed that was to teach yourself to yodel. And so I just taught myself to yodel off a cassette. And this is like pre-YouTube. I'm sure now you could just look it up on YouTube and do it. But but that was a bit like, you found the cassette tape in the shed, go back to the shed to learn because it's pretty obnoxious.
Right, that's a definite shed activity. Fair enough. All right. Well, I'm next time I see you out in the world, Flora, I'm going to insist that you yodel for me.
It has to happen.
I think this is how it goes, though I'm not sure how I'm meant to know. Every word I said was true, but here I stand not loving you. You say we should work it out, take a trip just like we used to do. But in my eyes I know you'll say, here I stand not loving you. The world moves slow, but the cracks still show in the walls and the ceilings and the floor. We may stand on steady ground, but it doesn't take a tumble or fall. No, it doesn't take a tumble or fall. Well, you should know I haven't strayed. I know I've never been untrue, but I've seen the look in others' eyes, and next time I'm gonna follow through. And no, there isn't someone else, but I'm thinking anyone will do. And in the morning when we both awake, I'm gonna find myself not loving you. The world moves slow, but the cracks still show in the walls and the ceilings and the floor. We may stand on steady ground, but it doesn't take a tumble or fall. No, it doesn't take a tumble or fall. I think this is how it goes, though I'm not sure how I'm meant to know. Every word I said was true, but here I am not loving you.
Jim, speaking of the real world and making movies and all of that, last time I saw you, we were making a little movie ourselves. We got to do some traipsing through the bush with your favourite cameraman and mine, Stu, and made what I think is going to be a really exciting film clip for my next single.
Yeah, it's going to be killer. I'm so happy with the way it's coming up in the edit at the moment. Yeah, so it's you know, I'm talking to you. You know this, but for the audience, it's for your next single. Can I say the title?
I'll go on.
Big reveal.
It's a song called "The Rest," and geez, it's a beautiful song. Like I'm not pissing in your pocket here. It's a beautiful song. It's produced beautifully as well. Mick Hubbard did a great job on all the way it sounds, but
bloody good.
It's a wonderful vocal performance. It's such an emotive vocal performance, and Rose does a wonderful job as well on the harmonies. So it was a great song to make a clip for. It was a real pleasure. So we had our limitations in the, you know, it was sort of between lockdowns, so we couldn't kind of be, you know, too ambitious with what we could do. So we just used the limitations again of what sort of we had, and that was we needed to, you know, make a clip with you in it, and only you. And so we sort of riffed on that. And I know at the time I'd been watching a lot of old westerns that kind of from like the 60s and the 70s, when there were sort of like these counterculture westerns, like hippies making westerns. And I loved all that. It was kind of like these psychedelic sort of non-linear narratives, but within a Western And so we kind of just played with that, didn't we? And we kind of mined a bit of sort of what your journey has been, and I can't wait. I think we've got a teaser ready to go. So I think without further ado, we should give everyone a taste of what's to come with the rest.
Let's take a look at a little clip. I'm doing a look away so we can cut.
Seems this world's gotten mighty cold, so best just keep your love real close. Looks like there's little else to hold. The rest just let it go. The rest just let it go. The rest just let it go. Seems it's close to.
Okay, and that was a little sneak peek of my new film clip, produced by Jim Arneman, and that's the first I've seen of it as well. So there you go. That's a special little moment on Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour. Jim, Flora, Small Town Romance. Oh, before we go, I got to get you to tell me one more thing. I need you to tell me about your podcast and what your podcast is up to.
Oh yeah, we're a little behind schedule on our podcast. We've been making a Bruce Springsteen podcast, Trapped. Which is the Bruce Springsteen Coronavirus Chronicles is the name of that. Trapped is quite a heavy, deep cut reference to any of the true Bruce Springsteen lovers out there. I won't give away the Easter eggs.
They're coming out of the woodwork. The true Springsteen fans. We're getting, they're getting into it. I guess we spend a lot of time sitting on our porch, like talking Bruce, and we just assumed that everybody else wanted to be a part of that. Yeah.
So we're going through the albums and discussing them. We've done 3, and then we've just kind of fallen off the horse a little, but we're getting back on. Look, we're not going to go all the way through to the end because there's too many albums, and look, to be honest, like some of them don't warrant it.
Brutal.
What album's
up next, Flora?
Darkness on the Edge of Town, which absolutely warrants it. I think we're a bit intimidated by it, to be honest. Like, I think that's kind of one of the reasons why we've sort of been a little bit slow to get going, because this is a really big, heavy album. And Born to Run, I feel like I know that album better than any album. I feel like I could talk about it for forever and still have things to say that are, passably intelligent. Darkness, it's a little deeper, and I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous about whether or not I've got, the merit and the mettle to go that deep.
Well, like all good entertainment, I want to see you on the edge as you explore your way through this. So I'm looking forward to the next episode. What's that podcast called again?
Trapped. The Bruce Springsteen Coronavirus Chronicles.
I love it. I love it. Flora, Jim, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks, Mark.
See you on the other side.
Yeah.
Indeedy. Well, folks, thanks for joining me tonight on another episode of Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour. I sure have had a ball, and I hope that you have too. I'd like to make a special mention and shout out to Lux Country Rhinestone, who've officially gone live today. You can check out some amazing rhinestone pieces at their website, luxcountryrhinestones.com. And thank you, Lux, for supplying me with all my rhinestone needs throughout the show. Well, I sure have had a mighty fine time. We got a party going on after this. Maybe we should have a... In fact, is that Sean? DJ Hot Wheels? Is that you?
G'day, Ben Mastwyk and all you children of the Golden Hour out there. It's your old mate DJ Hot Wheels here. Though you wouldn't know it, my current guise as Friday Night Pirates. 1/3 of them. Me and Johnny and Claire are going to be your DJs of choice for the evening. So just jump on over to Friday Night Pirates Instagram account. And before I go, I just want to give a quick fuck you to the government for shutting down non-elective dental surgery.
Alrighty, thank you, Sean. I'm sure going to charge my glass and party on into the evening. Thank you so much for joining me here on Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour. I'm going to send you out with one more song, a party song, a devil song. This is Devil So Close. Thank you very much, folks.
Set the whole place on fire. God is alive. This'll all be just fine. Hey, see the sun, let's jump right in. Purge ourselves of these deadly sins. You can't defeat me, and don't even try. 'Cause you live on the ground and I live in the sky. And the devil is so close tonight. He's holding me tight. Set the whole place on fire. God is alive. This'll all be just on fire. This city is mine. I got nothing but time. Feel more than alive. But you say that you can't open your door. You claim that you know it all. But now with the poor, I'm gonna build up this tower. Just watch it fall. The devil is so close tonight. He's holding me tight. Set the whole place on fire. And God is alive. This will all be just fine. And God is alive. This will all be just fine. Yeah, God is alive. This will all